Hello, book lovers, and welcome back to Ace Book Talk. Today, we're diving into a novel that scandalized 19th century France and continues to resonate with readers today, Gustave Flaubert's Madame Bovary. Flaubert, a meticulous craftsman of prose, was a key figure in the realist movement. I deceive, I Born in 1821, he dedicated his life to literature, agonizing over every word and sentence. His relentless pursuit of objectivity and stylistic perfection is evident in Madame Bovary, published in 1856. The novel faced immediate controversy, even leading to an obscenity trial, but it ultimately cemented Flaubert's place as a literary master. The story unfolds against the backdrop of provincial France, a world of social constraints, limited opportunities, and stifling boredom, and it is important to keep these factors in mind as we examine the life and tragic choices of the main character. Madame Bovary tells the story of Emma Rouault, a young woman raised in a rural setting who marries Charles Bovary, a kind but unremarkable doctor. Emma is a romantic at heart, her head filled with idealized notions of love and luxury gleaned from popular novels and magazines. However, her marriage to Charles quickly becomes a source of dissatisfaction. He is unable to fulfill her romantic fantasies, and she finds life in the small town of Tostes incredibly dull. Seeking escape, Emma throws herself into domestic pursuits, but soon grows restless. Charles decides to move the family to Yonville, hoping that a fresh start will alleviate Emma's malaise. However, Yonville proves to be just as stifling as Tostes. It is there that she meets Lon Dupuis, a young law clerk who shares her romantic sensibilities. They form a connection, but Lon eventually leaves for Paris to pursue his studies, leaving Emma feeling abandoned and even more disillusioned. Soon after, Emma becomes entangled with Rodolphe Boulanger, a wealthy and charismatic landowner. Rodolphe is everything Charles is not: confident, worldly, and seemingly passionate. Emma falls deeply in love, embarking on an affair filled with clandestine meetings and passionate declarations. She dreams of running away with Rodolphe, of finally escaping the confines of her monotonous existence. However, Rodolphe, a seasoned womanizer, has no intention of committing to Emma. He is merely seeking a temporary diversion, and when Emma presses him to elope, he abruptly ends the affair, leaving her heartbroken and devastated. This rejection plunges Emma into a deep depression, and she falls seriously ill. As she recovers, Emma seeks solace in religion, but her spiritual fervor is short-lived. When Lon returns to Yonville, now a more sophisticated and self-assured man, Emma rekindles their connection, beginning another passionate affair. This time, however, Emma's desires lead her into even more dangerous territory. To maintain her lavish lifestyle and impress Lon, she accumulates significant debt, recklessly spending money on clothes, gifts, and travel. As her debts mount, Emma becomes increasingly desperate. She turns to various individuals for help, including the sly and manipulative merchant, Leroux, who had originally encouraged her spending habits. But when she's unable to pay, Leroux threatens to seize her property. In a desperate attempt to save herself and her family from financial ruin, Emma pleads with Rodolphe for assistance, but he coldly refuses. Lon, too, proves unable to help. Facing complete despair and the imminent collapse of her world, Emma makes a final, tragic decision. She steals arsenic from the local pharmacy and commits suicide, ending her life in a horrific and agonizing manner. The aftermath of Emma's death is devastating for Charles. He is left to grapple with the shock of her suicide, the revelation of her infidelities, and the crushing weight of her debts. He eventually discovers the truth about her affairs and the extent of her financial recklessness. Broken and disillusioned, Charles dies a few years later, leaving their young daughter, Berthe, orphaned and destitute. Madame Bovary is not simply a story of adultery and tragic downfall. It is a profound exploration of human desire, the power of illusion, and the consequences of societal expectations. Emma Bovary's story serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the dangers of romantic idealism and the importance of confronting reality. The novel also offers a sharp critique of the bourgeois society of 19th-century France, exposing its hypocrisy, materialism, and the limited opportunities available to women. Flaubert's meticulous attention to detail and his objective portrayal of characters and events create a powerful and unflinching portrait of provincial life. Ultimately, Madame Bovary leaves us with several important lessons. It reminds us to be wary of the allure of unrealistic ideals and to cultivate contentment in our own lives. It underscores the importance of financial responsibility and the dangers of living beyond our means. And, perhaps most importantly, it urges us to seek genuine connection and meaning rather than chasing fleeting pleasures and superficial appearances. Emma's tragedy serves as a reminder that true happiness is not found in external validation or material possessions, but in inner peace and authentic relationships. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Madame Bovary. If you enjoyed this discussion, please like and subscribe for more book recommendations. Until next, happy reading.